Hi everyone, Debbie here, Friday the 19th of February 2021, and I'm out in my backyard with my beautiful jacaranda. And how gorgeous is this? It could be my hair. Yeah, it's really healthy, isn't it, my tree and all the beautiful ferns here. First card is 10 of Wands, and we've had 10s come up this week as well, and that's a crossroad to me. When that Roman numeral keeps on turning up, we're at a crossroads. Okay, that makes sense because you've got lots of wands in your hands, and literally you can't see because of all the deeds and all the tasks that you have in front of you. So you could trip and fall if you're not careful, and then you miss out on going into town and having a bit of fun because you've got your foot up with a broken toe or something. So with all these deeds and jobs to do, you need to then literally list them down, prioritize what's the most important, what can you delegate, what can you do next week. Try and sort of spread the tasks out a little bit so that you're not so overwhelmed. That's the first card for today. The next card is the Queen of Cups, and the Queen of Cups tells me that you are getting really good at containing and seeing your emotions each time it rises. So a bit of anger comes up and you recognize that, you go, okay, popping that into my big urn of emotions and looking at it. I'm going to look at why am I getting angry over such a small thing? What does that take me back to? What's the origin of me getting so boiling hot mad over such a tiny little subject or a little tiny irritation? So those sorts of things are all what's in this urn, and you don't get to be queen and sitting on a throne unless you've actually had a bit of experience over the years on solving some things. So you might have solved a lot of things and you've got them in your urn, but there's other things bubbling up at the moment. There's lots of energies that are different at the moment that are bringing out deeper things, darkest things, things from your past, way back that you've never even thought of before. Could be just rising up and bubbling up. Mercury in retrograde's doing that. It's inner reflection, and so you need to be able to then, okay, I'm listening to why and looking at why that particular memory has come up about me being bullied at school, and how perhaps each boss that I've had has tested me and pushed me until I've exploded, and then they think I'm a nutcase because I'm actually over it and I'm sick of being spoken to like that. So then I get really reactive, and you know what I'm going to do next time that happens? I'm going to put it in my urn and I'm going to look at it and I'm going to go, okay, that's because of way back there. I'm going to act differently now. I'm going to actually respond in a more adult manner because the little girl in me or the little boy in me was really hurt back then. I'm going to actually parent myself and say to myself, come on now, things are different these days. You can stand up for yourself. People do listen to you. You have got a lot of common sense. So you're literally talking through to yourself the problem, through that reaction, so that you don't keep that pattern going of reacting like that every time, because it doesn't work, does it? It's like a Groundhog Day. It's like the same record going around and around and around, and it doesn't pay. We lose friends, we lose lovers, we lose family members, we upset people by sticking to the same groove on the same record. Time to change records. Time to look at a different way of approaching our emotions, I believe. And that's why you would then be the Queen of Cups, wouldn't you? You would be able to address those things in a watery, kind way to yourself. Instead of being bashing yourself up, you're actually being lovely and flowing and calm, not wanting to jump off this cliff. Okay, so the Queen, what else can I see there? I can see a little bit of a Pisces, little cherub looking person in that little part of that throne there, and I can see some more little cherubs up here. And to me, Pisces is a water sign, and Pisces is very lovely people. They would be very forgiving to other people, but probably not as much to themselves. So it's time to be caring and loving, which is the cups, to yourself for a change. And look at what would have upset you in the past and say, let's look at it in a different way and let's react in a different way. The next card was the reverse card, and this is a little bit about duality, and that's what life is the male and the female in us all. We've got the feminine and the masculine, but we have the light and the dark. So those emotions that are dark and worry us, and we think that we're bad, and then the bright light ones that a lot of people might be bubbly and can see in each other, the positives, but also we have to look at the faults, because sometimes from the faults we learn more about how to be a better person and get that balance, that and swap cups and fill up what's lacking in one another or in yourself. Because this lion angel here, to me, the lion, you need courage. You need courage to look at yourself and to look at the emotional state that you're in each time that something new comes up, or something old even, that's a repetitive thing. And it takes guts and it takes resilience. To me, when this is upside down, it means that Mercury is in retrograde and we're needing to reflect still more until, well, the 20th is, and the 21st here in Australia is when Mercury comes out of retrograde, but it actually stays stationary for quite a few days. So that can be quite an unsettling period as well, because it's like literally still. Not really, but it appears still. It's like those two cars going along the highway at the same speed. It doesn't seem to be moving forward, but it actually is stationary, they call it. It appears stationary. And in that time, those duality of ourselves maybe need to be looked at, like the Queen with her big cup. What's the balance here? What's the other part of me that I can fill up with a cup of emotion, love, affection, caring, kindness to myself? So this card can be somebody else as well coming into your sphere that brings you this balance, but quite often it can be you yourself that you're needing this person to be able to come into your life to show you the other side that's missing in your own personality and your own character. And when it's in reverse, there's a postponement or a delay on you actually getting to the bottom and seeing that exact balance coming into play by the end of stationary mode for Mercury, about the 26th of this month. Then you can turn this card around, and yeah, you may meet somebody and attract somebody that is your ideal match, that, you know, you start a sentence and they finish it. They're so in tune with where you are. The Medusa here is the two snakes entwining up here, and that's the two snakes looking at themselves, and that's snakes are all about shedding your skin, letting yourself be open and free to evolve. So that's a great card. It's just a postponement. Numbers wise, we have 10. The Queen of Cups is 1, so that's 11, 12, 13, and 1 and 3 is 13. Yeah, 1 and 3 is 4, and 4 is all about strong foundations and building a great structure to move forward for your future. So that seems to be the theme of today, is get that balance, look within, deal with each thing that comes up from the past, let it go, and have a new foundation to be able to spring forward after Mercury goes direct. Have a lovely Friday and see you tomorrow. Bye.